Hey y'all, come make birria tacos with me. So here y'all see me de-seeding 7 guajillo chiles and 3 de arbor chiles. But instead of doing only 3, I did 7 because I didn't have the ancho chiles. So yeah, I'm working with what I got. So I'm bringing my chiles to a boil, but I stopped de-seeding those real quick so I can season my meat. And yes, I put a little avocado oil in my cast iron skillet. And then I seasoned my chuck roast, which is 1 pound of chuck roast, with, you know, my normal seasonings that I use in every video, which is the Creole seasoning, onion powder, garlic powder. I did use cumin because the recipe do call for cumin. And then I use my black peppercorns. And then right here, I'm gonna finish de-seeding my chiles. And I'm bringing that to a boil. And I'm also gonna bring other things to a boil too, which is my 1 onion peeled and halved, my 4 Roma tomatoes. I don't have garlic cloves, so I'm just gonna use that later on in the video. And then I'm also gonna be adding to my pot my black peppercorns. I didn't have dried oregano, so I just used, I did have dried oregano. I'm lying. I didn't have cumin seeds, so I used cumin powder in there instead. I didn't have coriander seeds. And I'm looking at everything I use. I did use the ground cloves in there. And then I did add my half of a Mexican cinnamon stick. And I added 3 bay leaves. But you'll see that over time. I did already add a lot of things to that pot. But right now I'm cutting up my roast. Because I want to make sure that it is charred all the way through. Because I don't like a long cooking process. So yes, I like to char it a little bit on each side. So that's what you're going to see me doing for a while, until it's browned all the way to my liking. And yes, you could do the same. If you don't want to charge, you can do the whole boiling process instead. But for me, I like to do the char because, yeah, why not? Why not? And then here you see me adding water to the big pot in the back, because that's basically what the meat is going to boil in. And then, yes, I'm going to season it. I always do. So you're going to see me using all the seasonings that I already said that I used. Because, yeah, most places that I've went to so far, birria tacos are good, but the meat don't be seasoned. And I like my food seasoned. And this is where I'm adding my 3 bay leaves. So, you know, I'm taking my time. I really got music playing and everything. And then my girlfriend, she's on live. That's the dried oregano that I just added. She's on live, being messy as per usual, but that ain't got nothing to do with us. So I muted all that noise out. And yeah, I'm doing my little voiceover because I always do voiceover. And I'm adding my meat to the pot, but it's charred to my liking. And yeah. And my little pot of stuff is already coming to that boil. So yeah, you know, for to get ready and transfer that to the blender. Look at my dog. Let's fix that. Then y'all for to see me add everything to the blender. And also I was supposed to add a little apple cider vinegar to that, but I'm just gonna add that to the blender because that's what I'm supposed to be using anyways. And I made sure I got all of my seasonings. I'm re-seasoning that because, again, I like mine seasoned. And then I'm gonna add that 4 cups of broth to the blender because I like to blend mine in chicken broth. Beef broth, because the meat is beef. And I didn't have the 6 garlic cloves, so I'm adding 3 generous scoops of garlic to the blender. My garlic, you know, the garlic that's already chopped and in a jar. And I like to call it garlic. So yeah, I basically blended everything up, moving everything to the side, put some of that in a bowl just to make sure everything is blended properly, and then continue to blend that up. Because, yeah, why not? Gotta make sure everything done right. And then I'm going to strain all of that because some seeds were still left inside of my peppers since I didn't slice them all the way down and then do it that way. Just wanted to make sure I put some of that back in that blender. I'm basically just walking y'all through what y'all see. I split that. Everything that was in the blender, I split it into two. And then blended half, put it in the pot already. And then I'm blending up the other half, making sure everything is blended and well mixed. And then now I put that in a pot. Basically moving everything off to the side as it cooked. And that had cooked for like about 3.5 hours-ish. And so now I'm finna go ahead and construct my tacos, which will be cilantro and onion. And I did Kobe and Monterey Jack cheese instead of the Mexican cheese because this is what I like better and it has a better taste in my opinion. But again, you can use the Mexican cotija cheese or whatever they call it. You can use that. But this is the tacos the way I like them, homemade, and yeah. So I'm not really good at the whole tortilla thing. So some of my tortillas was kind of ripped at the end of the video. But don't worry about that because it still was so good. So good and full of flavor. And it had just a mild spice to it. It wasn't like, oh my God, like overwhelmingly spicy. In my opinion, if I would have known, I would have definitely added more spice. But it wasn't too spicy and it was very much so still edible. So if you go based on this recipe, just make sure you know that it will be a little spicy. And I had stopped the video and I basically straightened up all the meat, but I did not show that process. But next time I make those, I'll definitely show the process. And everything will be sped up and it won't be a voiceover. So yeah, I couldn't get the tacos the way I like them. Maybe I did use the corn tortillas. And I didn't want them all the way hard or whatever. But, yeah. Maybe I should just use smaller corn tortillas. But, I mean, you know, it's a working process. We're learning together, growing together. I'll definitely have my own recipe book, which is what I work on the side. So if you don't see recipes in these videos, I will have a book available soon with all of my recipes in it. You know, and the recipe book might not come out for like another year, but that's soon to me because I have to write everything out. And I wanted to at least have like 50 recipes. Yeah. So this is like, they're just falling apart in my little skillet, but it don't matter because y'all, I'm telling y'all, the taste was immaculate. Like, I mean, when I say it was so good, it was so good. And then the cheese pull on the tacos were like, yeah. I recommend y'all using that type of cheese, but if you don't want to, you don't have to. But this is just for like people who want to make them and maybe other people's videos are way too fast. Or maybe not as in detailed. So I try to go into as much detail as possible without making the video so long. And hopefully it is helpful for some people. So far I get a lot of good feedback on the videos. So just let me know what you would prefer me to do or not to do in the videos. But other than that, I mean, I haven't had any negative feedback. And I'm glad that some of y'all find the videos helpful. And then I'm putting some of that broth in that bowl. Because, oh my God. My girlfriend called it transmission fluid. Or car motor fluid. Whatever she called it. But I don't know. I don't care. It was so good. She only ate one of them. Because I think she was at work when I made these. But, yeah. She was like, they were so good. So I'm going to have to definitely remake this for her. You Mexican ladies and men whose recipes I've watched, y'all make the constructing the taco look so easy. And to me, it is just like the hardest thing of my whole entire life. But y'all will see many videos of me dipping and stuff. And yeah, oh my God, look at that. When I tell y'all it was so much better than it looked, so much better. But yes, for sure. Recommend 10 out of 10.